Hey, Ellen, how are you doing? How's the collaborative going?
Hey, Randy, I was just going to your office. I'm sick of how these fools, Mike and Angelica, are ruining everything. You have no control over this collaborative.
Whoa, wait. What happened?
You keep promising us at Butt Out that getting the youth to stop smoking is valuable to our community. You're just blowing smoke rings.
Listen, Ellen, I really want to hear about what's going on and what's upsetting you. Can we sit down? Do you have a minute?
Sure, whatever. You contacted me at the beginning of this whole thing and you said how important our involvement would be. That's just BS.
Seems like the involvement of Butt Out hasn't panned out the way that you had hoped, and you feel like I led you on.
No, it hasn't, and it's your fault. I go to the meetings, and then I get really busy with my anti-smoking campaigns at the schools. I can't make it to all the meetings, period.
Yeah, I know that you and your volunteers do those programs, and I hear from teachers all the time that they really get the kids' attention.
Nice to hear something positive for a change. Mm-hmm. We have to catch them early, before 5th grade, and we have to be as entertaining as a video game. But anyway, I miss a couple meetings, and then Mike and Angelica, they change things that's going on in Healthy Futures, and I think it hurts Butt Out. Are you just letting the animals run the zoo or what?
Help me understand, Ellen. What change are you concerned about?
Okay, so the fair that's going on right now. I was told 2 months ago that we would each get our own booth, and I would have a sign that said Butt Out. But I go to the collaborative last week, and they say that there's only going to be one booth for all the agencies involved? How is Butt Out going to get any attention with that?
So your hope was that the fair would give you good exposure. So I can completely understand how frustrated you must have been when you found out that your agency wouldn't get a booth. I know those changes came down a month or so ago and that they've been wrestling with that. Did anyone explain what happened?
Mike kind of did, but mostly he just lectured to me about what was going on in previous meetings and what he was doing in Healthy Futures. Blah, blah, blah. He didn't say a thing about funding.
Well, I think it would give you some perspective to learn that. You know, Healthy Futures funds a lot of the work that we do in our community, but we do also get a lot of funding from the donors, from outside donors, and our major donor for this fair backed out the last minute because of some internal crisis they were having. And because it wasn't our resource fair and we had to pay a lot per booth, the collaborative just decided to just go with the one booth this time.
You shouldn't have promised something that you couldn't deliver on.
Oh, you want me to always deliver on my promises? You don't know how much I would love to be able to do that. I should watch what I say, and I'm sorry if I led you to believe that it was 100%. I just wish I could be 110% with the money. You know, funding is always an issue.
Speaking of funding, I want to know exactly how much each member of the collaborative is getting. And how does that compare to what we get? You people are supposed to be so transparent.
I can see that you have some real concerns about funding for Butt Out, and you clearly want to make a difference in people's lives, which is amazing, and you want the funding to be fair for all collaborative members. I get that. It's a policy issue from Healthy Futures not to discuss who gets funding and how much they get. You may not realize this, but several of our collaborative members don't get any funding at all. You know, they come because they see the collaborative as a healthy part of our community, and they have their own resources for funding.
So you're saying I'm lucky to get funding at all?
It's important to me that we all work together to learn how to partner and collaborate, you know, for the health of our community. And I wish that we had a bottomless pit of money, but we don't. You know, as a representative of Healthy Futures, I want you to know that I believe in the work that you're doing. And I also believe that it's important for you to be a part of the collaborative. What I can't promise is that you'll get as much of the funding as you want. And I need to respect the confidentiality of our other members.
That makes so much more sense, Randy. I just want to be in the loop. I feel so strongly about getting our youth not to smoke. I'm sorry I'm such a hothead.
I'm really glad you brought it to my attention. And I recognize that you can't make it to all of the meetings. What can be done so that you stay informed when you can't make it?
You make it seem so logical. I guess I could have somebody email me the notes or something?
I want to make sure that your voice is being heard in the collaborative. And as much as possible for all of the members to be involved in the decision making. You Now, I know it's not always possible, right? When your others can't be there, perhaps your idea about the note should be the protocol. That way everyone stays informed and feel involved.